All right. Let's jump into a topic that I think a lot of people are curious about, but, might not always get talked about as openly as, say, other health topics, enter adhesives. We got some really interesting research here, and we want to make sure that you feel really confident and equipped to make the best choices about denture adhesives, whether it's for yourself or someone you care about.
Absolutely. I think that's key. There's so much information, sometimes misinformation out there. We're going to try to cut through all of
Yeah, exactly. So if you've ever found yourself wondering, okay, what is denture adhesive? What's it all about? Well, that's what we're going to unpack today. First things first, maybe just the basics. What exactly is this stuff?
Simply put, it's a temporary solution to help dentures fit more securely, especially while someone is waiting for, adjustments or a new set of dentures.
Gotcha. Okay. So not really meant to be a long-term permanent fix. Why is that?
Well, it's natural. Over time, the bony ridges in your mouth, they change slightly, and that can make the dentures a bit looser than they used to be. Adhesive just kind of helps fill in that gap, so to speak.
So it's almost like I'm picturing like putting a case on your phone. You're not changing the phone itself, but you're adding that extra layer for grip and security.
I like that. Yeah, that's a great way to think about it. And much like phone cases, you've got powders, pastes, strips. It's all about that customized fit and comfort, really.
Makes sense. But it's more than just keeping things from, slipping around in there, right?
Yeah.
Why else might someone choose to use an adhesive?
Oh, absolutely. There was a really interesting study in 2021 that found a pretty strong connection between using denture adhesive and a noticeable improvement in the person's quality of life.
Really? See, now that's fascinating to me. Is it just that they're able to like eat more comfortably and they're not worried about, things moving around? Or what is it about that extra security that gives that boost?
It's got to be a few things working together, right? Being able to eat without worry is huge. Imagine trying to enjoy a meal with your family, but you're constantly worried about your dentures. Adhesive can really put those worries at ease, let people relax, and just be present in those moments.
Right? Like it takes away that anxiety so you can just be present and enjoy.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just meal times, right? It's being able to speak clearly, laugh freely, smile without a second thought. These all contribute to how we feel about ourselves.
It's almost like denture adhesive. It's not just about your mouth, it's about your whole sense of self.
Totally. Our physical health and our mental health,
Yeah,
that's all connected.
for sure. But okay, so you walk down that aisle at the store and there are so many options. How in the world do you know which one is going to be the best for you?
You're telling me it can be a lot. One thing I always emphasize, especially if it's something you're using daily, watch out for zinc.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
What's the reason behind that, though?
Uh,
Why is zinc a concern, specifically in denture adhesives?
The American College of Prosthodontists, they came out pretty strongly recommending that people avoid long-term use of anything with zinc because if you get too much, it can lead to some other health problems.
Okay, so if you're using it every day, that's when you really want to be mindful and look for the zinc-free options. Got it.
Absolutely. Weigh those benefits, and the potential risks. Got to look the whole picture.
So zinc-free, definitely something to keep in mind, especially for those everyday users. We did come across a few specific brands that, caught our eye in the research.
Yeah, definitely some winners out there.
Fix-It-In. That's
Yeah.
one that I feel like I hear about a lot. What makes it stand out? What can you tell us?
Fixident, they're known for a really strong hold. They create a nice, tight seal, which is great not just for keeping things in place, but, helps prevent food particles from getting up in there, too.
Oh, that's a good point. Nobody wants to be, like, picking stuff out all day, right?
Yeah.
But Fix-It-In, that one does have some zinc, right?
It does, yeah. So, again, fantastic for, like, the holding power, the seal, but if you're using it every single day, might be worth exploring those zinc-free alternative.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. So what about, then, a totally zinc-free option? Super Polygrip zinc-free.
Exactly.
The name kind of says it all, huh?
It does, right. That one's nice. Fully zinc-free.
And still gets the job done.
Yep. 12 hours, they say. So put it on. Don't have to think about it all day long.
There you go. Now, this one, I had never even thought about it. Secure waterproof. Waterproof denture adhesive, who knew? What's the story there?
It's pretty unique, the formula. Most of them, they dissolve in water, right? This one, it's designed to actually repel the water.
Ah, so it's not going to break down as quickly.
Exactly. Longer hold, even when you're eating and drinking. And a lot of people say they like that it's flavor-free.
Oh, right, of course. You don't necessarily want that, like, taste competing with your food.
Right. It's all about finding what works for each person, right? What you like, what you don't like, how long you need it to last. Everyone's different.
Absolutely. No one size fits all. So it's about finding the right product for sure, but also It's important to remember that even though these adhesives are super helpful, they're not a permanent solution if the dentures just don't fit right.
Right, right. You wouldn't like, I always think of it like you wouldn't put a Band-Aid on a broken bone, right? You've got to address the actual problem.
Exactly. So what happens if you just keep adding more adhesive, trying to, like, make it work?
Over time, you can actually end up losing more bone in your jaw.
Yikes, that's not good.
No, not at all. If you're having ongoing issues, go see your dentist. They can check the fit, maybe adjust things, make sure everything is A-okay.
Much better to be proactive,
Yeah.
right? Not just trying to cover things up.
Exactly. And this all ties back into, what we were talking about before with the whole mental aspect of it.
Right, right. How being able to just relax and trust that things are.
Makes a world of difference. Enjoying your food, smiling without thinking twice, huge for your self-esteem, your overall well-being.
Feeling good, feeling confident, all starts with, well, in this case, your mouth, right?
I like it. Yeah, and it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, how do I clean this, what product do I use? But it really does go deeper than that.
It's wild, isn't it? How much of a difference, like, feeling good about your smile can actually make.
Oh, for sure. It all comes back to that mind-body connection.
Totally. Well, we've covered a lot of ground, I think, in this deep dive. We've looked at how these adhesives actually work, how important the fit is. We talked about some of the emotional aspects.
Even looked at some of those top brands, Fixodent, Super Poligrip, Secure.
Lots of good options depending on your needs. But before we wrap up, got to get to that final thought, right?
Right.
It's something that leaves people pondering.
Love it. All right, so let's leave folks with this denture adhesives. They've come a long way, but what's next? What's the future look like?
Ooh, now we're talking. Are we talking about adhesives that, like, really bond in a whole new way? Or maybe dentures so good you don't even need adhesive?
Right. Imagine dentures that feel exactly like your own teeth. No adhesive needed at all. Or who knows, maybe we'll see adhesives with all sorts of crazy technology built in. Antibacterial maybe, or something that makes them even more comfortable to wear.
Yeah, that would be something.
Yeah,
So much potential there.
definitely a lot to be excited about.
So, listeners, if you're curious, do some digging. What will denture care look like 5, 10 years down the line? Really interesting stuff.
For sure.
Okay, bottom line, denture adhesives can be super helpful tools, no doubt. But knowledge is power. Know how they work, which ones to choose, and when it's time to call in the pros, that's how you make sure you're comfortable, confident, and good to go.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Advocate for your health, folks.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of denture adhesives. Until next time, keep those smiles bright and those questions coming.